Hello everyone and welcome to the Nurse Juan channel. I just wanted to do a quick video trying to be, like I said, a little bit more consistent with my video post. Excuse me. Dressed up right now just because I did a mock interview. Later on I'll post, in the future I'll post a video of what the mock interview was for. But just wanted to put a video, kind of give a little, some tips to new grad nurses or nurses in nursing school right now trying to work in the ICU. So pretty much this video is just going to be my first year in the ICU and just giving a little some tips and advice. I am a older, what do you call it, a more mature nursing or nurse. So I hope this motivates any second career nurses, and also motivate any of the younger generation nurses. Because if I'm able to do it, you can definitely do it. So for the first year in the hospital, one of the things that when you're accepted into a critical care unit at your hospital, they'll probably, each location has their own critical care course that they want you to complete. So this is pretty much you taking classes on EKG, taking classes on physiology, maybe learning some of the devices that they may use in the hospital, such as the balloon pump, pulmonary catheters, rapid transfusers, things like that. So usually for me, when I took it, it was just a general critical care class, and it included individuals from that work in different units: neuro ICU, cardiothoracic, medical ICU, and even some individuals from the ER as well. One of the things that I do recommend is that besides, I'm a big proponent, sorry, one second. I'm a big proponent of outside learning. So even if you be taught and educated on certain things in the hospital, always reinforce and seek additional knowledge outside of work. So during your times off, make sure you're reading, you're looking at your medical journals if you're part of the AACN, or any other any other organization. Just stay on top of your learning if you can. So keep reinforcing, keep learning. One of the things too, as a new grad, that one of the things I recommend is that try to get your certifications as soon as possible, and get in the habit of just be hungry for more certifications. They do cost. They are, maybe your hospital can absorb some of the costs. But in the end, even if you do have to pay out of pocket on your own, it's all going to be to your benefit. One of the beneficial things is that you'll get a pay raise. You know, it may be up to $2 pay raise just for having a certification, a CCRN. And just be aware that no matter how many other certifications you have, you'll probably only get paid just for one. So, but don't stop at just one certification. I recently, well, not recently, but I obtained my CCRN, and I just recently completed my CMC. And I have aspirations next of obtaining my CSC. That's for the CMC is for cardiac medicine certification, and the CSC is cardiac surgery certification. So I'm looking to obtain that one as well. And even before you're qualified to take the exam, I recommend that you start studying early on. So let's say 6 months before you're qualified to actually sit for the exam, start reviewing. That way you can understand the material and strengthen any of the weaknesses that you have. I'll put another video in the future just in regards to studying for these particular certifications. Also, as you're applying or interviewing for an ICU position, understand that there are differences between a day nurse and a night nurse. The day nurse, it's a 7 a.m., 7 p.m. One of the differences is that you'll notice is that a lot of things happen in the daytime, a lot of procedures, that you may not be as visible at nighttime. So there's more activity, more things happening in the daytime. Whereas nighttime, things may be a little bit slower, and certain procedures may not happen. You may not have the opportunity of observing certain procedures. Maybe you may see it during your initial orientation, because even though you may be hired for nighttime, you still have to do like a daytime orientation. So you'll be able to gauge the difference. And after you start your, if you are hired for night shift, if you after a few months, I think usually about 6 months, if there is an opportunity, if you feel more inclined to do the daytime, you can always make the switch if there is an opening or opportunity to do so. Benefits of the nighttime is that because it is a little bit slower, or not slower, but there's a pauses in regards to when things have to be done, such as passing meds or things like that. When there's a brief pause, you may have to utilize that time to maybe review your medical knowledge, pick up a medical book, nursing book, whatever you're doing, even studying for your certification. You may have a brief period to do that. Those are some of the benefits, I guess, of working in the night shift. And also, night shift, you get the night shift differential. A downside is that you want to make sure you have a healthy sleep habit, because working in the night, it can throw off your sleep habit, your metabolism. So make sure you have a healthy regimen when you do work night shift. Whereas in the daytime, there's a lot of hustle and bustle. You'll be lucky if you get a brief moment of respite to even get your lunch. But don't sacrifice your personal time, your lunch. Make sure you are taking those needed breaks, because you can wear out. So make sure you're on top of your health. Stay hydrated. Get some snacks. Carry some snacks with you, and make sure you take your lunchtime. Let me see. I mentioned the night shift habits: eating right, sleeping right, de-stressing as well. Whether you work day shift, night shift, just make sure that you are de-stressing. So make sure you, during your times off, find time to exercise, find time to spend time with family, with friends, go to the movies, go for your walks. Whatever it is that you do or you enjoy doing to de-stress, just make sure you do that. The other one is when you work in the ICU, you want to celebrate your wins. So, there's focus on your wins, meaning even this small thing like, yes, I finally know how to draw blood from an arterial line. I finally know how to level an arterial line. Small wins like that. Make sure that you celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself in being knowledgeable about a certain topic. Maybe even sharing any expertise that you gain with your other peers, other nurses. There will, understand that because you are a new nurse, you will be making mistakes. So it could be a simple mistake. Hopefully not. None of you experience any mistakes where the patient is impacted in any way. But just, if you do encounter an error or make an error, make sure you don't dwell on that. Make it a learning opportunity. Learn what where the error was, why that error occurred, and what you can do better next time to prevent that from occurring. And again, how to better yourself and better your skills. So don't dwell too much on any errors that you do, but do learn from them and move on. Understand also that in your unit, you'll have individuals with different personalities. Some personalities are more warm, some are a little bit more standoffish, aggressive. So just be aware of the individuals that you'll be communicating with. Everyone does have a different personality, so they may each need a different approach when you communicate with them, or you need help with something. But don't be afraid of communicating with anyone in your unit, because that's your team. So you want to be able to communicate with each one of them respectfully. Just be aware also that it is a work environment, So don't treat it like you're there to be besties or be friends with anyone at work. You're there to do a job. You're paid to do a job. Try not to share too much personal information with your, with your peers. I myself try to be as private as I can. Try to keep my information, or not information, but try to keep personal things to a limited basis. But I do work well with my teammates. They know they can always rely on me, count on me to go a little bit extra above and beyond to help them out in anything that they need. Should they need help turning a patient, need help with, passing out meds if they're occupied with another patient, just whatever they're busy with, they know that I'm a team player and I'm available to help them. But it's not necessarily outside of work. I'm not meeting with people to go to happy hour or anything like that. You can if you want, if that's what you think will help with your team building. But just understand in the long run that you're there to do a job. So make sure you do that job and you do it well and try to stand out positively. In your first year of ICU, you may also be voluntold to volunteer in certain committees. Take that as a positive. You want to be as involved as you can early on. That way you can kind of see the infrastructure, the ins and out of how the hospital works. If you're made to participate in maybe your shared governance or a specific unit to improve pressure injuries or whatever it may be, take that as a positive. Make your mark in that group and in that hospital. And overall, the key to your initial learning experience in that first year of ICU is keep learning, reviewing. One One quote that I like, that resonates with me, that I mentioned before to other people, is that I forgot who. I'll find out who the sayer was, or the quote, who the quote is from. But it says that in order to be successful in the 21st century, you have to be able to learn, relearn, and unlearn. So you have to be very adaptable, keep learning, keep improving your skills. And the other thing, a key thing that also I keep in mind, is that you as an individual are a nurse, but you're not only a nurse. So try to grow in different ways in life as well. So besides, when you're at work, be a nurse, but outside of nursing and, improving yourself as the nurse, try to do things outside to better your skills. Try to get as many skills, life skills in general, as you can. For example, if you have a passion about writing, maybe write that first book that you've always wanted to on your time off. If you've always wanted to learn to fly, with the nursing salary that you're getting, maybe, take some private flying lessons. Just, find time to go fishing or whatever your hobby is. Just keep developing, keep learning different skills, and just continue to challenge yourself as an adult, as a continual learner. And just know that your trajectory, your path in life, it's all in your hands. So it's whatever you choose to do, it's all because of choices that you've wanted to take. So make sure you're pushing yourself for growth, pushing yourself for success. And I don't want to make this video any longer. That's just some initial tips of the first year in ICU. And any question, definitely reach out. I'll try to answer those questions with the time that I may have. I hope this video was helpful, and stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Take care.